Kenny Ong's kidnap case was headed by a good-hearted and educated man in Malaysia named Ahmad Najib Bin Aris when she was at a family dinner. Kenny was subjected to this kidnap scene literally when her whole family was 300 feet from her, and 3 days later after her kidnap, her body was found almost burned to the ground near a construction site. Who was Kenny Ong? Who was her kidnapper? And how did the kidnapper silently kidnap her even when her family was 300 feet from her? And why was her body found almost turned to the ground near a construction site? This is your partner in crime stories. Subscribe and let's move along this mysterious journey ahead. Kenny Ong Lake was born to a large family in 1974. She resided in a city named Ipoh in Malaysia. She always looked for a next-level life with having a prestigious job, a luxurious life, and a strong financial freedom, which all typical girls at that age looking for. Kenny was also an educated girl. She first graduated from high school with a gold medal, and it was not the end of her education life. She then entered the University of Hawaii with the hope of getting a degree in economics. She also succeeded there and started to become independent by entering into the job field. With her all-educational qualifications, she got a job in the advertising field in Los Angeles. Soon after she visited Los Angeles and worked in the advertising field as a professional sometime, she experienced self-realization as a specialist in the field. In 2001, Kenny was very lucky to meet her soulmate, Brandon Ong. Kenny selected Brandon as her soulmate due to a single characteristic he had. That is, the similarity between Brandon and Kenny's father was quite similar to each other. Brandon was born in Singapore and then moved to America with his family when he was a child. Now he is a personal resident of America and rightfully considered as an American. Days moved on. They understood each other and decided to go for the marriage immediately. Soon after their marriage, they moved to the neighboring city San Diego to live happily. 2 years after their marriage, they had to experience an unexpected accident. Kenny's father got ill with liver cancer. After detecting Kenny's father's illness, doctors advised him to go for severe surgery. The doctors had also advised her family that the operation of Kenny's father had a negative side as well as a positive side. Kenny had to migrate again to her motherland by missing her beloved husband in San Diego, America. Fortunately, the operation on Kenny's father was quite successful, and doctors confirmed that he'll live for a considerably long time, even will be fortunate to see his grandchildren in the future. After hearing that message full of hope, Kenny was relieved and exhaled a breath of relief. And now she had covered all of the responsibilities to her family, especially for her beloved father, and was ready to go near her beloved husband by the quickest flight had to America. Kenny's family did not forget to celebrate this before Kenny left Malaysia. Her family arranged a family dinner at their favorite restaurant named Montes, where this family usually visited whenever possible when Kenny lived there. During this family dinner, Kenny's mother did not feel well and decided to return home with her caring daughter. Kenny was searching for the parking ticket everywhere, but it was not anywhere. Finally, she realized that she'd forgotten inside the car. She ran towards the parking area with the hope of getting that ticket and returning it to her mom. All of the mystery in this story starts now. She was gone for a long time and did not get back. Even her mother decided to get back to the parking area and look for Kenny, but Kenny's car wasn't there in the parking area. Kenny's family members surely know that Kenny doesn't go anywhere without warning them, even through a single call. One of the sisters of Kenny's then started calling her. The phone only rings. No one from that side answered it. A few minutes ago, her phone also switched off. The thing is, what could happen to Kenny literally from a car park 300 feet from her family? After that, Kenny's father reached the security guards to check out the CCTV cameras in the parking area. Nothing was strange recorded there. Her daughter was walking towards the car, checking her pockets, looking in her purse, searching for keys. But something strange was roaming behind her. From another camera in there, it had recorded Kenny's car leaving the car park. At that moment, Kenny was in the passenger seat. And who was driving her car? Yes, an unknown strange man was kidnapping her in that situation. Then, the family of Kenny immediately called the police. Thanks to the Malaysian police, they started investigations to find Kenny Ong. With the information about her car and her appearance, police carried out a mission to find Kenny and announced a missing news report all over the city. One of the petrol sheds on the highway noticed a car similar to Kenny's fueling. The petrol shed quickly informed what he saw to the police. When they were moving forward, they met a police bearer. The police stopped the car and started questioning. A man was visibly nervous, but still with a smile, gave the policeman his license, and Kenny, who was next to him, sitting on the passenger seat, was trying to give the police some signs, but the police were checking the driver's documents. The kidnapper recognized that Kenny was providing signs to the police, so he immediately pressed the gas pedal to the floor and drove forward in a rocket speed. But the kidnapper forgot something in the police's hands. So, police also started investigations through that document. The kidnapper's name was Ahmad Najib Bin Aris. This kidnapper did not have any crime records or any other record on any police station. 27-year-old Ahmad Najib Bin Aris was born in 1976 and grew up in Malaysia. He had studied up to the third year of secondary school. He lost his education for a reason. He had to feed her family and put the burden on his head. In 1998, he came from Muar to Kuala Lumpur. Later, Najib married and had 2 children also. Najib was a man with a good character and a man full of responsibilities. Another unknown man had informed the police that an unknown traveler had come to him asking for a jack to replace the punctured tire. He had further said that he was going on a trip with his beloved wife. This man noticed the lady was somewhat frightened at that moment with a feared face. Also, he had said that police also noticed some bullet marks there on that car. This was recorded as the last time that Kenny was alive by a person. 3 days later after her kidnap, her body was found almost burned to the ground near a construction site. Police decided to go to the address of Najib soon after hearing about the death incident of Kenny Ong. He was there, living a normal life. His face doesn't have any signs of fear, like kidnapping a girl, killing a girl, and burning her. Police arrested this kidnapper and took him to the police. After all, the autopsy report of Kenny's death case was released. According to that, the kidnapper was stabbed in her stomach several times and also had used her several times. During that, Kenny was subjected to death. Now, what had her kidnapper decided to do? Then the kidnapper took her body out of the car and started burning. The best thing is he had used tires to burn this body so that there would be no evidence because the body was completely burned due to it. But his attempt was not so successful. Later it was proved that Najib had done 4 rape cases against women, and unfortunately all of them were not dead during that. The victims had not also reported them to legal authorities. Finally, on February 23, 2005, the court took legal action against all the cases done by Ahmad Najib Bin Aris. 13 years after Kenny's murder, Ahmad Najib Bin Aris got what he deserved. On September 23, 2016, he was hanged right in his cell. What do you think about this case? Stay tuned. We'll catch you with a new nail-biting crime thriller tomorrow.